Hey everyone, and this is Alicia, and welcome back to I Love Vampire Novels, and the last week of our read-along for The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. I can't resist saying it that way. I don't know why. But yes, we are going to get into some vloggy bits, so let's see my reactions, and I'll be back to be analytical, and maybe a little pompous, and maybe a little self-congratulatory. So let's get to it. So he's killed one of his own order for her. And her reaction is great. Like, this whole interaction, him with her family, by the way, fucking hilarious. Her family's hilarious, but not wanting to name things because is he just a parent? I don't know. We know. I'm hoping for that kiss. Okay, I'm gonna go back to her fixing his hair while he's out. So both of them have played with themselves, the images of the other. We better get a kiss by the end of this. That's all I'm saying. We better get a kiss. Like, it's great building tension, but my god, kiss already. We got our kiss. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but we've got it. And so, check. Like, I will still take that as a win for the predictions, but well, I think some of our predictions came true. The falling in love, the kiss we've got. The about to break into that place where he's wanted to be quartered and killed like 3 different ways, the 3 deaths, is set up for next book. But new fun point, Tristan, his order's like head lady honcho, the killer among killers, is now kind of after him and Baron, and it's going to be interesting in book 2, and I can't wait. But I will share all of my thoughts with you here in a moment when I do my analytically wrapping up the stuff. But I just finished the book and I'm happy. I am happy. I will be reading book 2. Can't wait for it. Bridget Knightley, get on it, girl. Okay, I'll be back. We're finished, and still a ridiculous book. I really enjoyed how it ended, and let's talk a little bit about that. In fact, so we had some predictions last week. Let me scroll back to them because I have them right here. So 1, Osric being healed, or at least in a state of limbo, of not progressing in his disease, and we have reached this, which is fantastic. We got a stall on his rot, and a renewed sense for Arian that she is going to be able to heal him, which I am so enthused for, because I can't wait to see how that alters her personality a little bit, and maybe even like hones in her obsessive need to like be the best in book 2. So I'm really hoping for that. But yay, he's gonna be okay, I think, or at least we have the promise that he's gonna be okay. Now, that did not discourage him from almost dying in this last bit of the book because he loved her so much. Now, although we do kind of get there, which is nice, but the fact that he was willing to almost die, to kill one of his own order, to essentially make himself a traitor, which he kind of already is based on what he's doing currently, and then not wanting to die, right? But the thought of that dude getting not only his means to an end, his savior, in the fact that she's gonna save him from dying, but also because, you know, he likes her, and he can like fathom her not being there, right? So, or fathom her being dead. I really liked how that kind of steamrolled us towards the ending and the things that we wanted, or at least the things that I wanted, which was, you know, the kiss, the admittance of attraction to each other, the slow coming camaraderie, which we are also getting, and of course the threat at the end, because we have some threats, one of which I predicted. So I thought, which is like the self-congratulatory here right now, I thought that we would either end or begin book 2 with them sneaking into the place where he's banned. That would have been a good place to heal him, etc. This place he had to sneak in order to heal him, where he's like pretty much going to be sentenced to the triple death, I think it was called. They set up at the last chapter that they're going to go there on the next full moon in order to cure him, because she's got that zeal to do that, and she's also turned into a common thief. She's murdered somebody, like and he's, you know, saved people, and so they're kind of like finding this meshiness in the middle, right? And I really enjoy that. So a great part about enemies to lovers is what they both think is right and wrong start to like find a middle ground. We also, in the end, his boss, like the person in charge of the Order of the Freyan, right? Or the Furin? Osric's boss, Tristan. Oh my god. Scary bitch. And after sending the person that Osric killed to not get to Arian, she's scary. Like, if Osric is scared of her, this is going to be some scary combatants to have. So she's now after whomever, which is essentially him, because they want the pox children, the pox-riddled children, who are becoming essentially brain dead and just like living bodies. And they mention another order, which in the back of the book, there are the orders, which is helpful. These guys, the skull guys, the Drayor, death devours all, so the gore, blood, and they are the order of the Death Knights. And so she asked at the end, how are they made again? So I'm kind of assuming that all of these children are going to be like zombie army. And I know zombies, like, not a thing in this book, but you know what I mean. Like, the brain dead, easy to control soldiers from the children, which is a very odd choice. But as I've always had people ask me, why do people target children? Well, because they're easier to manipulate, and that seems rather along the lines of what this is going for. It's the question of who is up to this. And I have no clue, because like as Osric said, everybody's at war with each other, everybody's greedy, etc. So it could be anybody, but it wasn't just Wesley. Like, he was just another rich person that was being paid to take care of this issue, to figure out who donated for the inoculations in order to save these children that they don't want saved. It's a very complex, and I'm really interested in seeing what's going to happen with that in book 2, because I really want to read book 2. So Miss Knightley, get on it. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the romance. Oh no, before we get there, I was not such a fan of the character being used as a plot point to further or distract, etc. when he comes in with his bloody nipple. He was also the one before where she hid it while he was showing off his testicles. I didn't really feel like it was necessary at all, but I do kind of get how her needing to put up the map again allowed them for that close moment, that moment of brushing, the casual interactions that they have, because that is a big part of this building, because as Osric is not used to people just so casually touching them, brushing by him, etc., because, you know, of what he is, he's an assassin, and people are usually afraid of him, and she's not. And the casual brushes also gleam towards more intimacy, which is really, really nice, because they grow as the end of the book gets near, especially when he's sick and dying and she's healing him and, you know, touching hands, and of course the best part about the romantic bits, which is them touching themselves, self-pleasuring, with the thoughts of the other one in their head before they even kiss, which I feel like was rather necessary. And there's a reason for that, because they were so adamant about not wanting each other that inside their heads had to get so much farther than they were in real life in order to have that real life moment happen. I did like the jealousy of her dancing with all these men and then coming up to him, trying to make him jealous. I was not a fan of them kissing in public. I'm not usually a fan of that being a first kiss in any romance story that they have to do in public, because it just seems cheaper, more of a plot point tactic than an actual genuine like romantic moment. I wanted a romantic moment, and it still was kind of romantic. Like, they got lost in each other a little bit, even regardless of the people watching. I did like the dancing in the rain though. I thought that was fantastic, and the lingering goodbye. But, you know, the second chapter to the end, like right before the end, and then them being on the roof together and actually like going back and forth with trying to figure this thing out instead of bickering at each other, was also a nice building moment on top of that other one. So we have all of these things in place. We've gotten all the pieces that we need to in order to be able to devour book 2. So I'm happy. And I'm happy it didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen exactly, but I do wish they had more private moment. You know? And I understand that it might not even happened if it weren't for that public moment of trying to deter her old flame. But yeah. I don't know, it's just a preference of mine. I'm not knocking on points for that. Alright, do I have anything else to say? I really don't. So, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Did you enjoy book 1? Can you not wait for book 2 like me? Do you have any other things that either bothered you or that you loved? Let me know about them in the comments below. We are officially done with the Irresistible Urge, To Fall for Your Enemy. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.75 stars. It's pretty close to a 5-star. There was just a little bit of stylistic stuff that I was like, bothered me. The capitalization mostly, and some of the world building that I didn't understand. So there's that. But next week, we are going to be starting Arcana Academy by Elise Kova, and we are going to be reading up to Chapter 17. So we will stop at 17 and discuss the first quarter of this book. It's tarot card magic, enemies to lovers, and fake dating. So I'm here for it. I'm here for the dark academia romance. thing, and I do know this is a series. I don't know how many are in this series, but I do know it's a series. So I will keep my predictions I will predict accordingly. Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next week with a new update. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.